living glorious. I'm the champion, I'll be victorious.
Two years prior, Max Allegri, a specialist in the Coppa Italia. 4 straight triumphs between 2015 and 2018. So many stars on both sides, so much animosity.
Expecting a big show tonight. We see Juventus trying to press high from the start as they did in the previous match during the Serie A. They don't want Inter to start the build-up play from the back and we start aggressive like they did when they were beaten 1 year by Inter.
Cross, still Barella, he can strike it from there! What a wonderful start for Inter! Nicolò Barella with an absolute peach! For Vlahovic, lovely turn, couldn't get a shot away. Alexandro thumps it, and Handanovic with a howler! Redemption for Alexandro in the Coppa Italia, suspended for last season's final, and a goal scorer in this year's has released Dusan Vlahovic. Wonderful drop of the shoulder, and he buries it on the rebound.
mentality, the quality, and the execution. But the most important thing is that these guys bring that same intensity tonight on the most important day of the week. Cincinnati controls its own destiny with 7 games left to make the playoffs, but they are solely focused on winning tonight, taking it 1 game at a time. Captain Lucho Acosta said his biggest motivation tonight is to give 3 points to the fans. Tommy?
Well, 3 points would be big. It would put Cincinnati up into 7th place, and based on the other games this weekend, they would stay right there going towards their midweek game against New York City. But first things first, the second ever meeting between Cincinnati and Charlotte FC. We are underway here in the Queen City. Charlotte will wear the light blue top for the white shorts and attack towards the Bailey in the first 45 minutes. Cincinnati wearing their primary orange strips, working left to right across your television. Tonight's match official is brought to you by the KMK Law Offices. Last week we had a very veteran official. Tonight, not as much. Michael Radchuk, his 11th MLS game, as he will be in charge of the proceedings. There's Roman Celentano, the rookie out of Indiana. He'll slowly walk it forward and then look for a distribution up the right side. Towards the center circle, headed down. Matt Miazga found a piece. In the direction of Rios, and Miazga's there once again. Retreat. Bender, 21-year-old product out of Maryland, turned over to Cincinnati. Acosta able to keep the possession, finds Brenner. Brenner had a step to get around Emil Juziak. The foul was whistled, and Juziak will get a quick talking to. Let's quickly, Kevin, get to our key to the match for FC Cincinnati, brought to you by your Tri-State Buick GMC dealer.
Well, scored early in this game to take control is the key. I think for FC Cincinnati, Alex talked about was the Acosta wanting to get 3 points for the fans, and I think it's about control of the game. We saw obviously a tie last week, 2-2, and a team Columbus that equalised very late in the game. I think for FC Cincinnati tonight, they want to be in that position, not even close. And I think that they can score early and control it. They'll put themselves in a great place.
Well, they have an opportunity, Kevin, to jump on top here in the 3rd minute. Acosta sent everybody forward. His targets, all 3 center backs, to set up on this free kick just outside of the center circle. Acosta's going to play it short over to Barreal. Barreal with his left foot into the 18. Takes a deflection towards the near side, and despite the hustle from Charlotte, it'll be a throw-in inside of the final third for the orange and blue. Well, the rain has been coming down for about the last 2 hours. The hope is that the storms will stay away from the west end of Cincinnati, and we will be able to proceed through this match without interruption. Powell on a long throw-in towards the 18. Will send it back towards the far post. Headed up and away across the alley. And it'll be a corner kick for Cincinnati. Two Argentines, Acosta and Barreal, will head to the far side of the pitch to the right of Christian Kalina, the 30-year-old goalkeeper for Charlotte. Still wearing the captain's armband, wants to talk it over with Barreal. Now is encouraged to get on with it. Played short. Barreal will serve it towards the 18. Deflected away, and Charlotte's going to try to break the other way and then just clears it out into the midfield where Elvis Powell's in preventative shape. Junior Moreno will be whistled for a foul. Our injury report is cared for by Mercy Health, the official healthcare provider of FC Cincinnati. Good news is it is short, and it does not include any outfield players. Kenneth Vermeer out for the season with his torn pectoral muscle, and then Beckham Sutherland still in concussion protocol this week. Aaron Powell and the athletic training staff all feeling good this week as they gave Pat Noonan a full roster of players for the first time this season to choose from. Ronald Monterita, who joined the team, and has been sharp in training, but not quite fit enough to be involved tonight. Not dressed for this match, but with 3 games in 8 days coming up, could be involved sometime over the course of the next week. Charlotte just plays the ball over the side. It's only 4.5 minutes in, but Charlotte on some of those clearances and passes haven't looked very sharp in the early moments.
You have to factor in the conditions too, right? It's going to be very slick. Now see Cincinnati wasting no time trying to put Charlotte under pressure. There's been a couple of early set pieces, free kicks, corner kicks. You're trying to test the back line of Charlotte. But just one thing to look for, I think, I talked about it in the preview, defensively, the setup of Charlotte, pretty organized again. We talked about the interim head coach, Latanzo, and I think for him, he's still trying to enforce kind of some of the principles that he wants to bring. He's been in that interim position since May. It's always a tough position to jump into, but one thing that he has identified, I think, Italian background as well, so very strong as far as their defensive setup, those defensive principles, and Charlotte can be a tough team to play against. If you look at the score lines, very tight games throughout the league, season for them, for their form. They've certainly picked up, sorry to interrupt, but they've also picked up some interesting results against very good teams.
You got me with the old Irish pause there. One deep breath and then finish your thought. My apologies. Charlotte have lost a bit of their form as of late. They were really making a surge and put themselves in the position that they were above the playoff line in the Eastern Conference, and then losers 4 of their last 5. And have dropped down to 12th place in the East at 32 points, which is 3 points behind FC Cincinnati, who's sitting 8th. So a win for Charlotte on the road, where they've really struggled this season. With the tiebreaker being wins, they would actually jump ahead of Cincinnati if they got the victory. Charlotte will put it back into play right at midfield. Certainly a team, as you mentioned, with the interim head coach going through some transition this season from the change. About a third of the way in. Roboto loses it off of his foot. And here comes Acosta with 2 defenders on. He sneaks away. Swinging it across the box dangerously in the direction of Brenner. Woboto following it and sliding in to make the challenge was Harrison Awful. A very important challenge. And actually, I think it was Adil Malanda. Rios the other way for Charlotte as they get into the final third for the first time. And Ronico. Mora starting at left back today. One of the MLS veteran, 29 years of age. Came in the expansion draft to Charlotte after a couple years with DC United. Harrison Awful. Awful, the last time he was here at TQL Stadium, was sent off, if you remember that game, July 2021, when he was with Columbus. Anton Walks. Josiak. Into the 18, stabbed away by Cameron, but it comes out and control's kept for Charlotte. Namora. Deflects off of Powell. Now he's trying to get there to save it on the inline cats. Charlotte will have their first corner kick of the match. Side to the right of Roman Celentano, who will get his defense set all bunched around the 6-yard area. Here's the service into the 18 off the foot of Josdiak. And right into the hands of Celentano, no trouble.
It's the first kind of pressure that's been put on to the goalkeeper for FC Cincinnati, Roman Celentano. It's a pretty comfortable save in collection. You talk about kind of Charlotte just going back to this matchup as well, and for FC Cincinnati, we talked about having all the players available for tonight's game, which is a great positive to have. But you think about then as these games come up, and it's sometimes natural for players to look at the league standings, and you're seeing Charlotte kind of below you, but it's not that significant. It's 3 points. You cannot let complacency creep in.
Charlotte right now is August.
So I think for Pat Noonan, Alex touched on this, a very important week in practice, very intense. From everything that he reported and talked to us about, but for tonight especially, these players in this team have got to go out there, they've got to execute, they've got to get this game by control.
Well, trouble for Charlotte right now is Kerwin Vargas.
Medical staff is
the Colombian forward. He's part of the U22 initiative.
really coming down. This was
Picked up some contact. Let's hear with Junior Moreno. The shins caught each other.
I think he just caught maybe the top of his foot, maybe just the bottom of his shin.
The challenge in these types of games, as we talk about conditions, obviously your first touch maybe a little bit heavy, skips off your foot.
So the medical staff is called out to check on Vargas. You could see the rain really coming down. This was supposed to be a beautiful night when we looked at the forecast at the beginning of the week. Sunshine through the weekend, but the forecast turned and rained most of the day here in Cincinnati today.
The challenge in these types of games, as we talk about with conditions, obviously your first touch maybe a little bit heavy, skips off of your foot. Even that first touch as you go to pass, sometimes is maybe overhead the ball, the flight of the ball as it skips onto the ground. They're going to go that extra 5-10 yards at times. And so as we talk about control, that adds another layer of kind of difficulty and challenge for FC Cincinnati.
You see Latanzio looking on there. He obviously does not want to use a substitution 11 minutes into the match. Vargas is limping towards the far side. Of course, the medical staff has radios and can signal over. We haven't seen anybody from Charlotte get caught in, but they got a few players up getting loose. Now, what's interesting is if Vargas couldn't continue, Karol Swiderski, the leading scorer, who we talked about in the open, didn't start tonight, has 8 goals and 4 assists. Certainly would be one of the candidates to come in. We did not get any background as to why. Swiderski, who has 24 starts in 28 games, but there was a lot of disappointment after that 2-0 loss to Toronto, and it may have just been some rotation needed to try to wake up the Charlotte team.
I think it's something that FC Cincinnati have to watch as this game goes on. I'm sure the coaching staff will. If there is a change that's made, I think obviously the back line have got to pay close attention because Swiderski is a very talented player.
Great job there by Costa to get that ball forward, but it didn't land with one of his teammates. For now, Vargas will come back onto the match and continue. Congratulations to Junior Moreno. It's Ben Bender. Juzviak into the 18. Chopped away as Junior Moreno came over. Went down and misplayed over to the near side. It was headed by Charlotte out on the left side. Joseph Mora knocked it down. So it'll be a throw-in for Cincinnati. Congratulations to Junior Moreno. His wife gave birth to their child late last night. I don't know if he snuck in any sleep between then and now. Put up a picture. Alex and I were trying to figure out maybe between 3 and 4 in the morning on Instagram. So congratulations to the Moreno family.
This is the ball challenge. Ball comes back through the back.
More of the Costa Rican on the throw-in. And back in the direction of Derek Jones. Rocco. Moreno came over and prodded away. Then Harrison awful, a hard foul in the center circle.
This is a bad challenge. Awful comes back through the back of Brenner. There's it's a stiff arm, I think. See this challenge right here. You can see the arm, the forearm and the elbow as he's going into the back of Brenner.
A quick shrug of the shoulders from the Ghanaian that he didn't understand the foul, but yeah, there's no question there was a bit of aggressiveness there. Free kick in the center circle is Matt Bianska looking to take it. Not happy as Daniel Rios standing a bit closer than he would have liked. Hackling back towards Cameron. No pressure from Rios, but able to recover. Cincinnati will bit of space. Awful. Onto the right side is Vargas. Vargas to his left foot took a shot just outside of the 18 and it sailed up and towards the stands.
This is a sweeping movement from Charlotte. They'll open up as he cuts back inside. Just lack of quality from Vargas. A bit disappointing, I think, of where to get into that position. The game so far, 15 minutes in, has opened up. Seen some quick transition. We've seen some mistakes as expected with the conditions that we talked about.
Barrial switching it over to the right side. Brenner. He'll leave it for Alves. Powell. Acosta was there, and I think Acosta wanted to play the ball. Powell got him on a half volley, tried to take the shot. Was deflected away. Cincinnati, however, able to keep the possession. Powell will handle the throw on the near side after Acosta taps it off Jones. Jones is another guy with a bit of MLS experience, bouncing around with Nashville, Houston, and now Charlotte. Now looking for a pocket of space as he sent it up the right side in the direction of Vasquez, intercepted by Charlotte. Down towards the midfield. Amiaz was there. Amiaz go right-footed over to Powell on the near side. Skips off the foot of Alves. And a throw-in coming for the visitors. Let's go downstairs and check in with Alex.
Junior Moreno and his wife Marinelle welcoming their second child at 3:46 a.m. Junior said he went home, was able to get a little bit of sleep, but he feels ready for the game. His wife is watching the game from the hospital, but his son Mateo is here tonight and excited to meet his baby sister Emma.
All right, that's awesome. Thank you, Alex. I hope the entire floor is watching the game tonight and has something to cheer for Junior and his family. Congratulations once again. Charlotte into the final third. Awful. For service into the 18, which bounces in front of Rios and right up into the hands of Roman Celentano.
Just that last play with Alves Powell was a switch, and we talk about the conditions. I think for FC Cincinnati, it's going to be very important with how Charlotte are kind of dropping back. They're going to get into high positions. Both wing backs are going to get into high positions, and Charlotte will concede that space. So they've got to be able to control it. They've got to be able to maintain possession. I think a lot as well will be expected of the centre backs. Anytime that FC Cincinnati build with possession, Charlotte are quick to drop back very deep. They set their line of confrontation almost at the half. Sometimes it'll be just at the top of the center circle, but when that happens and the opponent's giving you the ball, your quality in possession has to be better.
Now Brandon Vasquez is cut down to the midfield by Vargas. Brandon in a lot of pain after the foul that was whistled.
There's a couple of times now Brother had that strong shove. Most FC Cincinnati forwards playing back to goal. It's not as strong, but there's definitely contact. You just see it right here. Rolanda just comes through the centre back, young French centre back. Right. Applies some pressure to Vasquez. And FC Cincinnati again, dangerous set piece. Anytime again, you get into these positions, you want to try to test this back line. This is the restart that I'm talking about as far as the possession. So you can see Charlotte are dropping off. They're allowing Cincinnati to play. Cincinnati just have to make sure that they're not getting caught out, because you leave a ton of space in behind that back line as your three centre backs step up. This moment right here where there's transition, there's space in behind that back line to attack.
Bender looked up. I'm surprised that Charlotte didn't attack there. They had an even man rush if they wanted to. Jones. That's awful. On the far side of Vargas. Awful towards the 18. Veronico making the run. Swept away by Nick Haglund and then trying to clear this Barrial. keeps it alive, and he finds Bender. And Bender, the Maryland product, gets it to Jones, and down on the near side. Juziak, the designated player, looking to go far post, and overhits the ball.
This is twice now. This time opposite side. We're Charlotte have been able to drift. Just inside with his right foot, and again, just lack of quality.
I'll tell you this, partner. The crowd a bit thinner tonight, obviously, with the rain pouring down and the conditions of the night here on Labor Day weekend, but not lacking any energy or enthusiasm. You can hear the Bailey rocking right now. Awful trying to get, Wobodo trying to get to the ball. Had a piece of it, then he got pulled down. Charlotte into the final third. Vargas headed away Hagelin, but right out to Veronica. Vargas, corner of the 18. Came over and made the challenge to take it away. Vargas is once again down injured. Cincinnati wants to get forward into the final third, and I think now they're just going to stop play. As this is the second time in the first 21 minutes we have seen Kerwin Vargas after a challenge.
I think it's the same foot as well, the same leg at least. As his ball comes across, you'll see Barrial just apply. Sorry, it's Junior Moreno actually. That just, yeah.
No, it's Barrial. You're right.
It just adds that pressure and the tackle. I think he catches his right foot again. The conditions are starting to challenge the broadcast team here.
Stick with your instincts sometimes, right? Well, the medical staff hasn't yet been called out for Vargas, who is slowly getting up to a chorus of boos from the Bailey.
You can hear the fans booing. For FC Cincinnati, there was a moment of transition, and they stopped, elected to play it out and let Vargas get back up.
You see Christian Latanzio, the 49-year-old interim head coach, talk to the assistant referee and the fourth official near him. Probably asking why he hasn't seen a yellow card yet given out to Cincinnati. Alvis Powell, the ball was sent to him on the near side. He was a step or two short of the run.
I think FC Cincinnati have to press in this position, especially
here it comes
in this top corner. I think with Charlotte, we haven't seen a ton of build-up play in that defensive third so far in the game.
Well, their ability to clear their defensive third has been sloppy, I feel. As we approach the midway point of the first half, still scoreless. Rios trying to break away, comes off of Moreno. On to Vargas. Vargas going to make a run on Barrial. A collision there, and Alvaro Barrial has just landed in the book, taking down Kerwin Vargas, steps outside of the 18, and now a really dangerous spot coming for Charlotte.
Barrial again that adds the pressure. This time Vargas just evades him. He steps to his right-hand side. You see the contact there just from the right forearm of Alvaro Barrial. Leads to a free kick, leads to a booking. Dangerous position for this free kick.
Juziak, the Polish forward, and Joseph Mora, the Costa Rican, are standing over the ball right now as the wall gets set just inside of the 18. Heavy rain coming down. Roman Celentano will get his defense set. Charlotte trying to strike first on the road. Mora with the run up with his left foot right into the wall. Comes out to Vargas. Juzviak takes a shot, comes off of Barrios. Cincinnati trying to break out into the midfield. Roboto straight up into the rain. Barrios with a collision there with Rios. It'll be signaled by the assistant referee on the far side as a foul. Cincinnati will get the free kick just inside of the far touchline. We have 25 minutes gone. How much do these conditions affect you as a player as you're trying to work through and find some sort of rhythm?
Listen, it's the same for both teams. We've talked about conditions. I want to continue to focus on that because it happens. I think for FC Cincinnati, it's more about then decisions. And it's probably involved in these positions, especially with the back three. Nice little play there from Barrios just to find across the wide. Just growing confidence here. You can't just blame the conditions and the weather. You've got to at least limit your touches and understand what you can and can't do.
Well, here's Acosta inside of the 18. There was a little bit of contact there between Moreno and Vargas as Cincinnati won that ball, and it was whistled on Junior Moreno.
And just to finish the thought, I think for FC Cincinnati is trying to put the opponent under pressure. If there's going to be a mistake, let the mistake happen in that type of position. Contact was very light, by the way.
I was going to say the mistake might have been the whistle there. I don't know. I think Vargas felt the hands of Junior Moreno and went right down to the pitch. Fans, don't forget to text Duncan to 762237 or scan the QR code on your screen before halftime to select the winner of today's Duncan race. If your favorite character wins, you'll be rewarded Duncan prizes to claim at your favorite participating Cincinnati area Duncan location. 27th minute, we are scoreless here in the second ever meeting between Cincinnati and Charlotte. Anton walks. But Charlotte in the expansion draft, Jones, Veronico, but nobody home as it lands with Barrios. Moreno not able to get away from a double team. Mora. Juzviak. Jones gets around Acosta. Wobodo not able to knock it off his foot. Awful. Into the 18. Cameron heads it away. Mora. Cross to the end of the 18. He put it off of Alvis Powell. And it will set up a corner kick for Charlotte. Second corner of the match. Charlotte FC. Vargas will head over to the near side and take it. We've seen 3 shots so far for the visitors. Neither side has a shot on goal. Pushing and shoving going on inside of the 6-yard area, which Michael Ratchuk, the young official who debuted last June, is going to go over and try to sort out. Continued pushing and shoving there. Ratchuk's going to call 2 players out for a conversation. It appears one is Nick Hackett, the other Anton Walks. They will both be sent back. And Vargas on the corner kick. Straight up into the air. Jones trying to find a piece, cannot. Wobodo will send it towards the midfield. Powell trying to pull the ball out of the air. Vasquez not able to get control. It's interesting. I told you that Charlotte hasn't been in form as of late. First half of their games lately, they've been really good. Second half, not so much. Over the last 4 games, in the first half, Charlotte's goals allowed, best in Major League Soccer. Just 1 first half goal allowed over the last 4 games. In the second half of the last 4 games, they've allowed 9 goals, which is the most in Major League Soccer.
It's a strange theme, and I'm being respectful for this team. Obviously, first year FC Cincinnati fans can attest to this, going through the growing pains of establishing your team in this league. best way. It's really, they've just been inconsistent. As you mentioned, very good in the first half. First half right now, they're controlling 64% possession.
Kevin, they've been very good at home. 8-6-0 back in Charlotte. But on the road, they've really struggled. 10 losses in 14 games, 2-10-2. Just 2 draws overall in the season. I think they're going to get some pressure there from Brenner. Wanda on the right side, awful. It feels like the rain has picked up here late in the half. There is some concern that there will be some storms coming through around halftime. At least that was the report before the match started. Haven't received any updates since. Juzviak taps it off for Moore. Powell will give chase. Moore drew it out to the end line, I think. He did. Big goal kick. Your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers have a great deal for you on a new Toyota, the official import vehicle of FC Cincinnati. For all Toyota offers, go to buy.toyota.com. 31st minute, Tom Glitter, Kevin McCluskey, sideline reporter Alex Steck. Happy to be with you here on this wet Saturday night. Kevin and I, plenty dry up here in our beautiful broadcast booth at TQL Stadium. Alex doing her best to stay dry downstairs. Hard to believe just 2 home games left. After tonight, there'll be 4 on the road, including 2 out west, Salt Lake City and Seattle. And a midweek game coming up Wednesday in New York City for the Orange and Blue. Now with heavy pressure from behind, able to pry it away from Camille Juzviak.
I think at halftime, I think Pat Noonan's going to remind this team that it needs to be better. We talked about the difference in possession. FC Cincinnati right now with 35% possession, only 1 shot, no shots on goal.
A bit surprised by that myself. Charlotte have done a good job of taking FC Cincinnati out of their rhythm. They've done really well scoring at home this year. They have not been shut out at TQL Stadium since the home opener against DC United, which they lost 1-0.
See Acosta just screaming back to it. I think he's talking to the midfield, he's talking to the back line as well, just about service and improvement, just as we're talking about with quality. Those are the big trends that are coming out of this first half.
Juzviak on the shot deflected away at the 18. Instead of another corner kick for Charlotte, their 3rd of the match.
Charlotte's done a very good job of trying to deny entrance passes into Obina and Junior Moreno. Once that happens, then FC Cincinnati are limited to play those penetrating passes from the defensive third into the middle third.
Erwin Vargas will once again take it from the near side with his right foot punched away. Celentano. There was a lot of contact right around the 6-yard area, and it was whistled.
Matt Miazga's not happy. I think there's contact. See Matt Miazga just at far post, a little bit of contact. Yeah, gets a slap in the face. There's Daniel Rios that just reaches out.
That's what you do to me when I order the wrong thing at dinner. Just a little tap across the face.
Just need to keep you in check.
Appreciate it.
Especially when that dessert trolley comes around.
Well, that's the best part of the night. Between you and Dave stitching me up, I can't say no at that point. Celentano across midfield. Vasquez trying his best to keep the possession, could not. And they played back to Kalina. Kalina has started all but 1 match for Charlotte this season at 1.56 goals against average. He has 6 clean sheets. Runner off his chest.
I don't want to be premature as far as these thoughts, but just as this is playing out, I wouldn't be surprised if maybe there's a change in shape for FC Cincinnati. As we talk about kind of building up with 3 center backs at times in these conditions, especially, they're going to not be taking so many risks
A chance here in towards Brenner, and it was a step ahead of the Brazilian, rolled onto the hands of Kalina.
And so my point is, to maybe go with two centre backs and add a player higher up the field then to penetrate. But this is a good opportunity to find this space. Acosta, lovely feeding pass. Probably the most positive we've seen FC Cincinnati, certainly in the last 15 minutes.
To awful, and Cincinnati will bring that line of confrontation a bit higher. And Vasquez knocked it down off his chest. Pina with a touch back towards Miazga. Moreno gets a shove in the back. Easy foul whistle there on Brent Bronico. UNC Charlotte product. Native of High Point, not far from the other Queen City. He was the 47th pick in 2017 by Chicago. Spent some time with the Charlotte Independents. Joining Charlotte for their inaugural season. Costa with hands all over it, and that'll be whistled by Bronico. Costa trying to get the ball back into play quickly. Brent Bronico wearing the captain's armband. You see special kick childhood cancer armbands. Kevin and I have the yellow ribbons tonight. Special warm-up tops for sale now. Very sharp. And very important execution by Major League Soccer going on right now. Use the hashtag kick childhood cancer, and a donation we made every time you use that hashtag. Costa's going to push his center backs forward here in the 37th minute. Trying to find something in the final third for the orange and blue. Here's Acosta towards the far post. Headed down towards the goal, knocked away. Vasquez was there. Charlotte closed in defensively. Cincinnati will have a corner.
It's a big, big chance for FC Cincinnati. What a delivery this is from Acosta to find Brandon Vasquez. Times his run to perfection too. Makes the choice just to head back across the goal. Did he have the angle to maybe attack at the goal? Difficult to say, but a big, big opportunity for FC Cincinnati.
Brenner was closing in at that far post. Junior Moreno and Acosta will come over to the near side for the corner kick, with chance of FCC echoing throughout the building. Moreno knocks it off for Acosta. Acosta with the right foot to the far post. Knockdown. Chaos inside of the penalty area. A follow by Acosta deflects off of Harrison Awful, and Cincinnati will go again from the corner flag.
FC Cincinnati elect to take this short, and Acosta just feeds it in to Matt Miazga at the back post. A little bit of a scramble, but FC Cincinnati again another chance for a corner kick.
The Argentino once again trying to work his magic. Again, some pushing and shoving going on inside of the penalty area ahead of a corner kick. So quick talking to, and now Costa on the service with his right foot. Comes across, there it is! It's time for a haircut! Nick Hagelin puts Cincinnati up 1-0! Sharpen the scissors. Nick Hagelin's been waiting for this moment to cut his luscious locks. And here's the moment, partner.
Well, it's a welcome time for Nick Hagelin to get up into the box in the set piece. We've seen this so many times at TQL Stadium. He's been so close this season. It isn't pretty. Not as pretty as his hair, I can tell you that. But ends up deflecting it in off of his knee. And I think it is about time that he gets rid of that luscious blonde hair. And FC Cincinnati, has to be said, against the run of play, find themselves up a goal in this first half.
Dial in another assist for Luciano Acosta. That's number 16 on the season. Brandon Vasquez may have picked one up on the glancing header. We'll see if they give him credit for it, but Acosta certainly will get one. And you saw the big smile and celebration there from Nick, and Cincinnati finds the momentum now, leading 1-0. Right back into the final third. Powell looking to the far post. Skips off of Vargas.
It's just like FC Cincinnati have changed gears. It's amazing what a goal can do for confidence. You hear the fans getting behind their team.
Little rain has not dampened the enthusiasm of any of the supporters who have come out to TQL Stadium tonight. Cincinnati will set up for a corner kick in the 40th minute. On the far side, Barrial will take it with his left foot. Across the 18, Miazga, then Cameron up into the hands of Kalina. No trouble this time. Well, Hagelin's last goal before that one was May 16th of last season. That was the inaugural match here in this building against Miami.
How many times has he come close this season?
So many. Who's more excited about the haircut, Nick or his wife Mary? Brandon Vasquez will be tackled out in the midfield. So a free kick coming for the orange and blue. Health seems more important these days at Mercy Health. Your health has always been their top priority. Mercy Health, healthcare for the universe of you.
The question is these last 5 minutes.
Absolutely.
Can they improve the quality? And it looks like they've just changed gears. The energy is much better.
Great job.
The first touches, the passes are sharper. I still think Noonan has a decent sized list of notes to cover at halftime with his team because, again, one goal's not enough.
Absolutely not.
Got to take control. That was the key. What we talked about in the preview.
If you get a second one here against Charlotte, a team that has been conceding a lot in the second half, you would certainly have control going into the final 45 minutes. Right now, 3.5 minutes plus stoppage time remaining. Kerwin Vargas has gone down injured twice. I imagine there'll be a little bit of stoppage. Back on the header. There's a couple.
I think it's going to be a foul on Junior Bruno.
As I say, there's a couple collisions there. Now I think it's a foul on Charlotte taking down Junior Moreno. Is that what you meant? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I don't think Junior's being whistled.
That's what we said in the game. It's a foul on the player.
Moreno limping a little bit. As the ball will come back into play, and Wobodo will try to work it out across midfield. Miazga on the far side, right at the midfield stripe. In the direction of Vasquez. Headed down, Wobodo will give chase. He got there, was taken down by Jones. They're going to say a fair challenge on Jones. They will, and a throw-in for the orange and blue. Cameron, and now Wobodo with a little bit of space. Final third. Barrial will work on Awful. Took a shot and sailed just high. Got a deflection off of Awful. And it'll set up a corner kick for Cincinnati.
Much better. Better build-up play. Good patience. The spacing. The attacking players was much better too. Got into a higher position to receive. The corner kick, and Charlotte so far struggled. Defend these set pieces.
Acosta off the corner kick. Moreno knocks it down. Hagelin into the middle. Miazga, and then Acosta ripples the side netting. Miazga had a chance for his third goal in 3 games and whiffed on it a bit.
It's the same kind of result for FC Cincinnati. Success. When this comes in, there's space. How much space Matt Miazga has. And Acosta almost sneaks it in at the back post.
Cincinnati bringing the pressure now, leading by a goal. then will win it to Obodo.
Be interesting just to watch Charlotte with their body language, as you talk about, especially in the second half when they come back out, having conceded. Sometime for a new team, which they are a new team, a lot of young players as well. It's a big mental test. Away from home, you concede. The FC Cincinnati are starting to improve as this game goes on too. And they can keep that tempo high and really try to punish the Charlotte team in the second half.
Vargas stumbled with the ball pit. And then it came off of his foot. So a goal kick coming here for Celentano. For more information on this upcoming haircut, let's go downstairs to Alex.
Tommy, we don't know exactly when Nick will schedule his haircut. We did talk about a potential goal celebration with scissors, but he's actually been researching because he wants to donate it. So someone lucky will get Nick Haglin's hair. But yesterday we sat down and I asked him about attacking set pieces. I said, Nick, you guys are huge. You have a lot of size on this team. What do you have to do to score on a set piece? And he said, I think it's just good, consistent service and whoever wants it more. So clearly he wanted it more on that one.
They wanted that haircut. I'm glad he didn't celebrate with scissors. What did your mom tell you growing up? Don't play with scissors. It's not the time to play with scissors, Nick. We all knew the haircut is coming. Good news for Nick Haglin. We'll see how quickly he gets scheduled because it's a busy week. Holiday Monday, travel to New York City Tuesday, so he may not have it in time for the Wednesday match at NYCFC. Right now, Cincinnati needs to close out 2 minutes of stoppage time and take a lead into the dressing room at the half. Awful in the direction of Rios. Celentano off his line to collect that ball right to the edge of the 18.
Well, it's great just to see the goalkeeper stand switched on. This stage of the first half, comes out, collects, manages his box very well.
Jones will collect the ball and Charlotte will try to get forward one more time. About 30 seconds remaining in the half. This deflects off of Powell. Moore will throw it in. Back to Walks. Exactly how much time Michael Ratchuk gives Charlotte here. Ronico. And all the way back in the direction of Malanda. Now over to Mora. And there is the halftime whistle. Cincinnati, for the 9th time this season, will take a lead into the locker room at halftime thanks to that guy Nick Haglin you just saw. His first goal of the season makes it 1-0. Tonight's halftime.
Introducing Chase, the digital bank that makes every day rewarding.
What does that mean?
Well, you get 1% cash back on your everyday debit card spending.
Like on this coffee?
Absolutely.
Why has my debit card got no numbers on it?
All your card details are stored in the Chase banking app, so no one else can see them.
Will you charge me fees for using my debit card abroad?
Nope, not even for the sun cream you forgot to pack. Ouch.
So who are you again?
Chase. We're a digital bank that's already trusted by millions of customers in the US.
How many millions?
Well, over 56 millions.
Blimey.
Say hello to rewarding banking. Chase.
This is the Kenko Aficionado. Legend says that he's created a smooth barista-style coffee by grinding each whole bean with his bare hands. So, out there they may call him the Aficionado, but we just call him Mike.
Hey, Mike.
Kenko, Aficionado since 1923.
Bring your favourite artists home with the free Roxy TV Music app, featuring unlimited music videos, karaoke and games. Try Roxy Premium and get a free Roxy karaoke mic. So get the free Roxy Music app, free on Fire TV, free on Google TV, free on Android TV and free on the Sky Q apps rail.
What does the future of driving electric look like? It's month-to-month payments for back-to-back freedom. It's being able to swap your car whenever you want. It's everything included, from insurance to charging. Drive on to the future with Onto.
Però purtroppo. Become who you were born to be. Study online around your life with Arden University. Get the degree you need for the career you deserve. Join us at arden.ac.uk.
The double quarter pounder with cheese. A timeless classic. Double.
Car insurance from LV. Get covered from £219. Look after your wallet as well as your car. Go direct to lv.com.
Over 500,000 Sky Bet customers use deposit limits to help manage their betting budget. That's enough to fill 46 cops, 160 lofts, 19 valleys, 22 deep dales, 25 dens, or 65 six-fields! That's a lot of sports fans who know their limit. All good bookmakers have deposit limits, so whoever you bet with, set an appropriate one and enjoy the sport. Deposit limits. That's betting better.
Feeling that cost of living crunch? Labara are here to help.
All I want is great customer service and network, but for less.
That's why Labara gives you 3 gigabytes of 5G data and 1,000 UK minutes and text for just £5 a month. Plus, no contract, change or cancel anytime.
An excellent customer service.
So, what's stopping you joining the Bill Buster?
Save yourself from broadband nightmares. Together, BT and EE bring you unbreakable Wi-Fi. Only BT's hybrid broadband is backed up by EE, the UK's best network.
Inter may be the third most successful team in the Coppa Italia, triumphing 8 times, but this competition hasn't always been kind to the Nerazzurri. After their first victory in 1939, they had to wait 39 years for their second, and a drought of 23 years elapsed between the third in 1982 and the fourth in 2005. So Inter fans were thrilled to be contesting a final against Juventus last May. It was more than a decade since the last, and it followed successive defeats in the semis. The path to Rome was rocky at the start. Newly promoted Empoli threatened to cause an upset, a daunting prospect in front of the home crowd.
In it comes, and it's in from good morning!
But Simone Inzaghi's team pulled level through Ranocchia. And won the match in extra time.
This is Stefano Sensi! He may well have sent the Nerazzurri through to the quarter-finals.
The quarter-final against Roma saw Jose Mourinho's first return to San Siro to face Inter, with whom he won the treble and 2 Coppa Italias. The nostalgic mood didn't last long when another Roma ex scored for the Nerazzurri.
Edin Dzeko once again against Roma, just like in the league match.
And then a screamer made it 2-0.
Alexis Sanchez, he can strike it! My word, he can strike it!
The 2 semi-finals against City rivals Milan were contrasting affairs. An emotionless stalemate in the first leg was followed by one of Inter's best performances of the season as they crushed the future Scudetto champions 3-0.
Lautaro Martinez! It's him again! If the league derby belonged to Giroud, tonight it's all about Lautaro Martinez! Vidal, And now it's Brozovic. He can square it for Gosens! Inter are heading for the final. The first goal in Nerazzurri colours for Robin Gosens. And it is the one that puts Milan out of their misery.
And so, just as in the Italian Super Cup in January, it was again Inter-Juventus, this time in Rome, in an Olympic stadium split between Nerazzurri and Bianconeri fans.
Now Barella can cross. Still Barella. He can strike it from there! What a wonderful start for Inter!
Juventus responded to Inter's opener with 2 goals in 2 minutes after the break.
Dybala has released Dusan Vlahovic. Wonderful drop of the shoulder, and he buries it on the rebound.
A penalty with 10 minutes to go sent the final into extra time.
It is Çalhanoğlu, and it's wonderfully converted. As cool as you like from Hakan Çalhanoğlu.
Again, a penalty was decisive. Ivan Perisic made it 3-2, and after just 3 minutes, the winger sent the Inter fans into raptures while breaking Bianconeri hearts.
Perisic! Oh my word! That is special. That ends Inter's 11-year wait for the Coppa Italia.
New Lynx Epic Fresh Body Wash. Smell and feel irresistibly fresh.
At William Hill, we get the value of football, the value of the players, the value of the win, the value of your bet. This season, we're giving you our best value ever with William Hill's Epic Value. So, whether it's Acca Freedom, 3 or 4, or Epic Odds, we've got you covered. Real value, week in, week out. It's who you play with. William Hill.
Discover Wolf & Badger, the world's best independent brands, all in one place. Shop independent ethical brands and support small business at wolfandbadger.com.
In the wilderness, fearless and human, Sauvage Elixir, Dior.
Want to flip from selfies to streaming, Britain? Well, get the iconic new Samsung Galaxy Z Flip 4 on EE with 24 months of unlimited TV and movies on Netflix. And save yourself 192 pounds. Plus, get an extra 384 pounds off when you trade in your old Samsung. But what makes it all flippin' amazing? It's all on the UK's best network. Now that's more bang for your buck. Save 192 pounds on the iconic...
Introducing Roxy's free TV music app, bringing your favourite artists home with over 70 million releases. The latest and greatest, all the genres, all the decades, exclusive music video channels, plus karaoke and games. So get the free Roxy music app, free on Fire TV, free on Google TV, free on Android TV, and free on Sky Q. Get Roxy free on your TV. See www.roxy.tv. That's roxy.tv.
Sell your car the motorway way, where dealers compete to give you their best price. Motorway, the way to sell your car.
Internet's playing up again. What a nightmare.
why it won't stop spinning.
It's been loading forever.
Save yourself from broadband nightmares. Together, BT and EE bring you unbreakable Wi-Fi. Only BT's hybrid broadband is backed up by EE, the UK's best network.
Rodrigo with a cross, Benzema! And Benzema gets what may well be the winning goal. The goal! Muriqi strikes again! Eddie Valverde slips through to Vinicius. Vinicius scores the only goal of the game!
Real Madrid versus Mallorca, live next Sunday on Premier Sports 1.
I'm here right now. I'm representing, ain't never here to back down to the odds. I lost the times, but never lost my pride.
That is absolutely breathtaking.
In the shadow of death, I want 200 million miles, cause I'm the king of the wild. King, cause I'm the king of the wild. I'm always ready for the showdown.
He must be in. Wonderful from Mark Bennett. Edinburgh comes to life.
Games, there's going to be some rotation over these next 2.5.
You would expect, right? I think, for FC Cincinnati, it's a great time. We talked about it in the first half to have these healthy options. Again, it really just depends on how the game plan goes for Wednesday. You can't look ahead to Wednesday.
Nope.
And I talked about this in the first half. You might need the bench. I would expect you're going to need the bench, even in this game, potentially to close out. That's what the focus is on right now, is to get 3 points against Charlotte, finish off this second half, and then prepare for New York. But to your point, a great position for FC Cincinnati to be in as we get into the final stretch of this season.
Well, we kind of asked that question yesterday about FC Cincinnati and managing the week for Pat Noonan. He said, I'm not managing the week, I'm managing tomorrow night, meaning this match right here, right now. You talked about bringing in subs, trying to close things out. Cincinnati thought they had a third goal against Columbus to go up 3-1 with Sergio Santos and Dominic Baji didn't go in, and we all know how the rest went and the frustration and aggravation of the week, but that's all behind FC Cincinnati.
Why are you bringing it up? It's behind us.
Vargas will win the ball in the midfield for Charlotte, who now work left to right away from the Bailey, which means Christian Kalina has his back to all that noise to our left. Cincinnati in their secondary, all orange strips will work right to left for the final 45 minutes, leading by a goal. Charlotte towards the 18, takes a slight deflection off Camilo Jusiak, and Celentano's able to go over and pick it up. Jusiak, the Polish forward, been a bit of a disappointment so far this year. This is only his 10th start. He has 1 assist, and he was signed as a designated player. Now towards Brandon Vasquez. He came off of Anton Walks. Costa looking for a back heel towards the 18. And it rolls right through. Harrison Awful. Honda now Awful. And back to the goalkeeper. As Vasquez closes in. Walks now. That line of confrontation getting higher and higher. Haglund will put on the pressure. Back to Walks. Out of the midfield, and Charlotte will try to break there with Ben Bender.
Charlotte did very well just to break that press.
Rios towards the 18. Haglund catching up to slow him down. Rios finds Brent Bronico inside of the 18, closing in with Cincinnati. Did a really good job defensively. It'll be a corner kick. Looked like Bronico had stepped offside, but the flag never went up.
It's a massive tackle from Alvaro Barreal, just gets across. It's not block. The play really started from breaking as Cincinnati's press.
Vargas to the left of Celentano on the corner kick with his right hand in the air. Vargas will strike it with his right foot. Out-swinging ball, glances off a few heads all the way to the far side. It'll be a throw-in for Cincinnati. So the Orange and Blues survived that rush. And we'll try to get to the final third for the first time here in the second half. Let's go downstairs and check in with Alex.
Tommy, I asked assistant coach Dominic Kinnear if he wanted to see the defense squeeze the play more, push higher up the field. He said, yeah, and we also need to hold on to the ball better, have better possession in Charlotte's half, because then it makes it easier to squeeze the field. He also said we could play quicker from the back, possess side to side because they defend narrow and don't force it. Also, they can't sit on this lead. Cincinnati need to keep pushing for a goal and also win more second balls. If the guys are closer to one another, that's going to make it easier to pick up those second balls.
Absolutely. Pushing for a goal or two, I think, would make everybody here a bit more comfortable. So the draws have gotten everybody's higher so far this year. Brenner did well to keep the ball and then played it in the middle, but absolutely nobody was there. Acosta giving chase now, but Charlotte was able to take the possession back. Molina trying to get out of the trouble. He finds walks.
I think right now, too, the rain has stopped.
Maybe very light.
Well,
if you're in Ireland, this is just an average day. I get it.
Compared to 30 minutes ago, it stopped.
And compared to the last 2 hours, probably. Awful. Over to the left side. Veronica wearing the captain's armband. Finds Awful, the veteran. Vargas. Ariel stepping, got a touch, but it comes off of his foot. So a throw in for Charlotte inside of their final third.
It's a massive part of his game that he's improved too. Alvaro Barreal, the defensive side. Naturally more of a winger in this system, has adapted well into that wing back position. Has worked hard in his defensive game.
First touch wasn't there, was cleared out and hit right up into that first row of the fence. Somebody was very quick to get their baby out of the way, so always pay attention, folks. Here's Mora. Obviously one of the Costa Ricans hoping to be called in September for camp, and then maybe in November to head to Doha. Oh, Alves Powell's, and he whistled for a foul. A late whistle from Michael Radchuk, who's going to set up a dangerous free kick for Charlotte.
So this just cut back. Contact, but there's not a ton of contact. You see the fan, you can hear the fans react. They just saw it on the replay screen here in the stadium. It's a tricky angle. We talk a lot about conditions.
Juzdiak and Mora have taken most of the set pieces today for Charlotte. Stand over the ball. Everybody else bunched in front of Roman Celentano. Juzdiak will try to hook it towards the goal. Headed away to the near side. Awful will keep it in play. Off for Jones. Wobodo all over Jones. Knocks the ball off his foot. No questions. Barreal have anywhere to go. He's knocked down hard. And Alvaro will get the foul whistle.
Again, just I talked about this guy, how much he's improved. Just his defensive play this time, he does very well. 2 versus 1 against him situation, just to draw the foul. There's a chance that for FC Cincinnati to relieve some pressure.
They haven't really been able to do that since coming out of the dressing room. Now they'll have more opportunity for that as Vasquez is taking the forearm of Harrison Awful. It's the second time we've seen Harrison Awful with that type of foul. Second time Vasquez has been the recipient.
So that arm coming up and contact on the back of his head.
53rd minute here in the Queen City, and Cincinnati leading 1-0. Desperately in need of a win tonight to get back into the playoff picture of the top 7 in the East. Here's a pass to the far post. Celentano will make the save. Juziak was there, but not able to get much on the ball. Celentano at the far post pulled it onto his body.
A floated pass just to that back post. Juziak just hanging out. You can see him behind off his towel. He's just trying to catch Roman Celentano out at that front post.
In the direction of Kalina. Veronica went over to Walks. Dragged it down. Nearly his first touch took it right towards Brandon Vasquez, but he didn't have any trouble. Bender. Juziak gets around Hagelin. Juziak a shot, stepping in to help out was Jeff Cameron. After Hagelin was beat, Cameron deflected the ball out to the end line. Charlotte will have a corner. It'll be their 5th corner kick of the match. They'll play it short. More on the cross, knocked down. Vargas giving chase. Back to Bronico, who's in preventative shape. Away. Charlotte will have a throw in. All 8 wins for FC Cincinnati this season have come when they have scored first. They struck first when Nick Hagelin got his first of the year in the 38th minute. With a touch for Rios. Back to Awful just outside of the 18. Marial will give chase. Awful towards the corner flag. Rios left it for Vargas. Then a cross towards the penalty spot cleared away by Nick Hagelin.
Charlotte certainly looked confident in the second half. FC Cincinnati so far have done a pretty good job defensively.
Mentioned how poor Charlotte have been in the second half of their last 4 games. 9 goals allowed across those 4 games in the second half. It's worst in Major League Soccer. Renner looking towards the goal off for Barrial. Barrial into the 18, cleared away. Malanda. Powell's cross deflected right to Wobodo. Costa drifting back to take control. Good patience here from Cincinnati. Ariel, backfield to Miazga. Chance of FCC. Start from the Bailey and circle around TQL Stadium. Moreno has Acosta with space. Acosta looking for a cross. Walks, deflects the ball to the far side.
It's a good passage. Mercy Cincinnati showing patience, as you mentioned. Your good word is just the switch to play. Albus Paul took a good first touch under pressure just to link up inside.
Wobodo, pressure from behind. Rios is there. Wobodo holds him off. And here comes the substitution for Charlotte that we talked about at the top of the broadcast. Their leading scorer, Karol Swiderski, 8 goals this season, didn't start this match. It'll be the first time in Major League Soccer that he comes off the bench, with Charlotte chasing a goal. A massive weapon for Christian Latanzio. Looks like we're going to have a yellow card here. First of the match to be whistled on Charlotte. And it is Ben Bender picking up the discipline in the 58th minute.
Yeah, it's a professional foul. You'll see Albina just a big touch. He's just trying to, Bender just trying to slow down play to allow Charlotte to get back in. It's Bender actually going to come off as the sub as well. Swiderski's just going to come on. Interesting to see what they do with their shape, Charlotte. Daniel Rios is still, looks like he's still playing that target position.
Swiderski's a player who likes to play wide at times.
Looks like he's just going to play underneath in that 10 position.
Many of his 8 goals this season, really poacher goals, finding himself in the right place inside of the 6 and catching a rebound or a deflection. Of course, he had 2 goals against Cincinnati in the 2-0 win on March 26th. Misplayed ball there by Roman Celentano gives the possession back to the visitors. Swiderski with a touch. Awful. Looking for the run from Rios. Celentano off his line, pulls the ball away as Daniel Rios was closing in. The rookie had to be brave. He was and made the play.
Time with the sub for Charlotte. Swiderski coming in. He's playing in a central position. How significant? Well, he's the team's leading goal scorer with 8 goals. He's now playing in a central position in midfield as that attacking midfielder, so it may prevent Albino or Junior Moreno just being a little bit more impactful to get into possession, because they're going to have to be mindful of him. He drops them back a little bit more deeper defensively.
Ryan Vasquez had pressure from behind, lost the possession, was grabbing his back. Appears to be okay. Jones. Awful with loads of space on the near side. Center circle. 60 minutes gone here in the Queen City. 30 to go in the second ever meeting between these two teams. Swiderski towards the 18 with Powell trailing. Takes the shot. Celentano makes the save. It bounces around the 18. Jones a follow. Deflects off Moreno. And Wobodo is able to win the ball with a strong challenge on the far side. Misplays it, however, towards Vasquez. One of the Charlotte players is down, so Charlotte will stop their build-up. And a massive opportunity for Charlotte FC there to pull this match even in one apiece. So it's Joseph Mora who's down after the sequence.
Swiderski wastes no time. You can see him just driving in. It's a pretty strong effort, but Roman Celentano parries it. This is the challenge right here from Albina. Fair challenge. Comes in, wins it cleanly.
Yep.
But Moore stays on the ground. Still getting treatment.
Get the FC Cincinnati credit and debit cards and get special fan offers and discounts available exclusively through First Financial Bank. Apply today at bank@first.com/FC Cincinnati. First Financial Bank, member FDIC. The medical staff was called out to attend to Joseph Mora, and Yuya Kubo, in the meantime, has made his way out towards midfield to come on for the final half an hour. And we'll see here momentarily who he's coming on for, and it is Junior Moreno, who's second child was born last night. A short night's rest for Moreno. And he will be subbed off here for Yuya Kubo. All of our player substitutions are presented by Penn Station East Coast Subs, the official cheesesteak of FC Cincinnati.
Well, it's a smart decision. I talked about Swiderski coming in and playing an attacking midfield position. So for FC Cincinnati, having those fresh legs at this stage of the game, I think it's going to be important.
Kevin, we thought that Yuya looked sharp in his appearance last week, filling in for Obino Obodo, who was suspended. Charlotte will get the ball back, and it will be Swiderski playing in the direction of Rios. Visitors into the final third. Ariel trying to win it back from Vargas. Some contact as Vargas flopped to the near touchline. Not whistled, and Charlotte will keep possession. Duziak. Off the back, Swiderski. Rios now. Jones. Awful. Gets around Barrial. Awful. Towards the 18. Headed down to Haglin, but right back to Awful. However, Acosta comes over and gets a touch. And then Wobodo trying to clear it away. Took a deflection and lands with Jones. Cincinnati just not able to clear the defensive third since coming out of the dressing room. Vargas. There's a cross. Knocked away, Matt Miazga.
Some concerns, as you mentioned, just unable to clear under pressure. Charlotte just starting to gain even more confidence. They've been the aggressor since the second half started.
So the corner will come from the near side. Vargas in the 65th minute. Right foots it, saves Celentano. Nearly had Alvaro Barrial in his way. Came off the head of Duziak, who found it on a really good-looking cross from Vargas. Celentano's going to let everybody drift out into the midfield. Meantime, Charlotte's getting Nuno Santos ready to come into the match. Assuming he comes on, it'll be an MLS debut. Hawks was able to hold off Brenner on the run there.
I think what Pat Noonan's obviously looking for now with these subs, Kubo coming into the game, Santos potentially coming into the game too, and these players make a difference. From management, they do enough to impact the game, influence the game in a positive way.
You said it 20 minutes ago, there has to be another goal for Cincinnati tonight. Vargas to Jones. Kubo. Cameron somehow pokes it away, but Charlotte keeps the possession. Swiderski was able to look up. His shot was deflected, and no trouble there for Celentano. But nervy moments right now for
yeah, definitely. I think at this stage of the game, you've got to get a player, I think, maybe Fabinho or Kubo, such a midfield player, just to get onto the ball and calm things down. Put the foot on the ball. It's okay to play back negative, to switch the play. Just keep it. You've got to slow down. You've got to take momentum away from Charlotte.
You had that one big build-up for Cincinnati, and that was about it. Since coming out of the dressing room in the last, 7-8 minutes after the goal to close out the first half, they looked like a much stronger team and were really building. It's going to be a throw-in for Cincinnati. There was some argument for a foul from Charlotte that they're not going to get. I think Charlotte's contemplating making substitutions right now. We'll see if they come before the throw-in. Brent Bronico still pleading his case. You can see that right in the center of your screen. I mentioned it earlier, Cincinnati's only been held scoreless once at home this year. That won't continue tonight. The throw-in for Brenner.
Being whistled, and it's set up a spot here for a free kick. Well, it's a dangerous position. the first half, we saw how impactful these set pieces were for FC Cincinnati. They're going to send the big lads forward. Looks like Jeff Cameron and Matt Miazga, Nick Hagland are all going to go forward for this. Charlie get a chance to make, looks like a double sub.
And it's going to be one of the in-season acquisitions coming on, Andre Shinashiki, who's, of course, 2019 MLS Rookie of the Year. Remember, he was taken after Frankie Amaya, won Rookie of the Year. Scored in that 2019 season against Cincinnati, and then it's Nuno Santos, the Portuguese midfielder, coming into the match for his MLS debut. Acosta on the free kick. Goes over the head of Vasquez. Miazga was there as well, and Cincinnati comes up empty.
Looking at the lineup, we talked about Swiderski, right, and when he would come on to expect. Well, Shinyashiki as well as another player. He's second with 5 goals. So having a guy that's got 8 goals and 5 goals, your first and second.
Right. Just brought 13 goals in the match. I can do that, man.
And it's a time, but look, for Charlotte, you looked at it and it's like, I thought before the game started, was this part of their game plan? Yes, there was rotation, but to make the subs at this stage, I think, look, the solution for FC Cincinnati, they just got to get control back in the game.
Vargas off his chest into the final third. Face of Barrial will send it across. Hagland heads it away. Wobodo towards Brenner. Veronico got there first. Mora will take his time now with a head of steam, work left to right. Hagland fighting to get to the ball. And Nick whistled for a foul. Quick restart for Charlotte. Awful. As Vargas inside of the 18, took a deflection off Miazga, then an unlucky deflection from Barrial. They'll set up a corner kick for Charlotte. 70th minute, the visitors trail by a goal. Both these teams desperate for a victory. They win for Cincinnati and they're back in the top 7 in the Eastern Conference. They win for Charlotte and they jump Cincinnati in the table. Vargas with his right hand in the air. Puts his right boot onto it. Headed away, but kept alive, and then the shot goes wide, and it deflected off Cincinnati. Adil Malanda found it, turned and took the shot, and now a corner kick for Vargas. Vargas on the corner. It's going to come outside of the 18. Mora's there to keep it alive. Santos with Powell standing in his face. Santos will cross the ball. Hagland will stab at it. Cincinnati trying to break in transition. Brenner held up. Swiderski wasn't able to hold up the ball, which is what he was trying to get to. So a fast foul is whistled on the Brazilian. Quickly back into play for Charlotte. Awful. Costa trying to poke it away from Moore, not able to do so. Kuzviak. Powell there. Going for Charlotte. Veronico. In the direction of Awful. Swiderski. Tried a cheeky move to get it to Shinashiki. An advantage was given immediately for Charlotte, but now they're going to bring it all the way back. About 15 yards behind the play. Are you surprised that the whistle came because Charlotte played it for as long as they did?
No, it was an advantage. Charlotte now find themselves in a position, again, a dangerous position. My thoughts really with FC Cincinnati. More changes expected, I think so. I think there has to be. I think Pat's got to look at maybe fresh legs or a person that can influence this game to take away momentum from Charlotte.
Kuzviak. Headed away inside of the 18. Blanco draws it down. Sending it back right into the awaiting hands of Roman Celentano. Looks like Alvis Powell crumpled down to the pitch after some contact. And the medical staff is immediately called out. And here come a couple substitutions. It looks like Sergio Santos and Ray Gaddis are making their way over towards the dugout, and those two will be coming on. So there you go. Gaddis probably for Powell. And we'll see which of the center forwards Santos is replacing. Those two will get their final instructions from goalkeeper coach Paul Rogers.
They were going forward. The foul was 5 yards behind.
Alvis Powell is going to trot off with the medical staff to the far side. And we'll see if this substitution of Ray Gaddis is a certainty. It appears it is. On the cards, you can hear Dominic Kinnear over there with the fourth official being picked up on our crowd mics. And the substitutions will maybe come now. Brandon Vasquez upset. Brandon's seen a lot of tough collisions tonight. And now Pat Noonan livid that the substitutions weren't allowed to be made. The fourth official just not ready on the near side. Shinashiki. Vargas looking for a cross. Cameron will head it away. It'll set up a corner, but now the question is, do you want to make the subs before a corner? Generally the answer is no, and that will be the situation. Minutes plus stoppage time remaining here at TQL Stadium. Vargas on the corner kick to the left of Celentano. Sends it across, headed straight up into the air, and Celentano was able to pull it down without any trouble. On the direction of Vasquez, knocked away. Charlotte able to immediately regain the possession.
Yeah, just again, I see Cincinnati unable to try to connect and try to get any type of rhythm. These changes come at a good time because you've got to change it up if it's not working. Cincinnati look almost a little bit fatigued.
They do.
Judging by body language and Charlotte, again, look like they're energized, they're confident.
Santos brings so much pace. Yeah, it'll certainly bring some energy. And then Gaddis, the veteran, likely coming on for Alvis Powell. Awful. As Vargas on his right. Vargas with a cross. Dangerously to the far post, but nobody was there. Zuzviak, however, able to collect it. Kept alive. Awful. Vargas looking for a shot. Brings it back. Awful a shot. Comes off of that Niazga. And Lucha Acosta is going to commit a foul all the way towards the corner flag and set up a free kick here for Charlotte.
When we talk about game management, needs discipline as well. Two players coming across. Attacking player, I think Vargas wasn't really going anywhere in the position. He didn't need the foul. And Charlotte, a dangerous free kick.
On the substitutions, Santos will replace Brenner. For Sergio, it's his third appearance for FC Cincinnati. And Alvis Powell, as we expected, comes out. Ray Gaddis on. His 19th appearance for the Orange and Blue and his 240th in Major League Soccer. 77th minute. And Charlotte, who have been awful in the second half of their last 4 games, have been the aggressor since coming out of the dressing room, chasing a goal on the road. Spiderski will step over it. Santos puts it off the noggin of Sergio Santos, who will get a standing ovation from the crowd. He elevated and got gotten away, and now a throw-in. Nuno Santos with the touch out. Malanda headed away. Vasquez not able to collect the ball. Monaco with some pressure. This is where Cincinnati has to find a way to get the ball back and get some possession. Yu Yakubo does just that, and then he's dragged down. Now you take a deep breath, right, and try to find some story to build up.
It's been a disappointing thing for FC Cincinnati in the second half. It's just composure and control. Talk about energy, but sometimes it's not even about energy.
Vasquez will hold it up and wait for some help. Kubo, and the foul is going to be whistled on Brant Bronico, pulling down Yuya Kubo in a really dangerous spot. Kubo did a good job probably of selling it. You can see the frustration from Charlotte, but the pressure was there as Bronico was trying to get that ball back.
It was a tight pass into Kubo. Kubo does well under pressure, but certainly contact, dangerous position.
Cincinnati have not had a shot in the second half. If they can find the back of the net here, it would do wonders for the locals. Chanting FCC as the sharpshooters, Luciano Acosta and Alvaro Barrial stand over the ball. About 30 yards away, square to the goal. Both of the Argentines will walk it off. Charlotte set up defensively at the edge of the 18. Acosta with his right foot tried to go to the far post and was wide. So a missed opportunity there for Cincinnati with 11 minutes plus stoppage time remaining, clinging to a 1-0 advantage.
Real pressure from Acosta to win it back.
Nuno Santos, welcome to Major League Soccer. You just got your first booking, a high foul for hands to the face of Luciano Acosta.
Well, it's great pressure from Acosta. You can see just comes across, wins the ball back. Comes back, he sees he's got two players coming. There's no doubt about it. It's
right.
Yeah, it's definitely a yellow card. Santos, arm up. Hits him with his elbow.
Well, set Lucho up for an opportunity again to extend FC Cincinnati's lead. Acosta from the far side has his targets inside of the 18. We'll send it back to Barrial. Barrial tried to chop it out of the air and didn't hit it as well as he would have hoped.
That's
not easy.
That is very difficult to hit. That ball's played across so high to him. The concentration needed. It was not far away.
And here's a turnover. Acosta, a shot. Acosta, a goal! 2-0 orange and blue, and they can feel it in the real Queen City.
Cincinnati, it comes from pressure. We saw Acosta involved in the last play to set up for the free kick this time. As a result of great pressure, Yuya Kubo, the player that came on as a sub, sets it up for Acosta, and Acosta's in a dangerous position. Great touch to set him inside on his left foot. And a wicked finish into that side netting. And just like that, FC Cincinnati in control of this game.
There is no way that Lucho looks up there and misses the back of the net with that space and that amount of time. He has his 7th goal of the season, and it's a massive one as the orange and blue lead 2-0. Shinashiki, he's been quiet since coming out of this match. It's desperation time for Charlotte. Awful. With Santos giving chase. quickly as Sergio Santos there. Just catching up to Harrison Awful. You can see the Bailey rocking right now. And for good reason. Their men, with 8 minutes plus stoppage remaining, lead 2-0. Desperately in need of 3 points, the Orange and Blue now just need to close out the match. FC Cincinnati, a side that have drawn 10 of their last 13 matches. 2 wins and just 1 loss in that 13-match stretch. They've been fantastic since coming back from the June FIFA break. At times, have struggled to close out matches, and that has cost them points. They have an opportunity for one more here in the direction of Vasquez. Kubo nearly gave it to him. Acosta will keep it alive. Acosta trying to chip it over Kalina. Nearly did, as Kalina had to swat it over the crossbar.
We asked the question when these changes were made, could the subs make a difference? And Yuya Kubo has made a massive difference in the second half. His energy, his work rate, his defensive just prowess, and just understanding where to be and understanding the trigger moments to apply the pressure has put FC Cincinnati in these positions to take back control of the game.
Well, they have the opportunity here to put away Charlotte. On the corner kick, it's Acosta. Looking for the far post. He got a little bit excited, overhit that ball. And Nick Hagelin couldn't quite chase it down. Nearly another mistake by Charlotte. Comes off the chest of Wobodo. Acosta was trying to track it down. Charlotte was playing it short. Hagelin to Kubo. Kubo has Santos off his foot. Santos going to try to keep it alive at the end line. Vasquez was right there as well. Acosta for Santos inside of the 18. Takes the shot. He went far post. Vasquez was trying to find the tap in. And Cincinnati putting the pressure on right now.
Again, both subs, Santos and Kubo, very influential.
Swiderski with Wobodo trailing him. Charlotte in the final third, trailing by a pair. Swiderski slowed by Yuya Kubo as he was trying to get a shot off. Somehow he kept that ball in play. I don't know how that didn't get out on the end line. Awful. We'll look for a cross. Hagelin will find it first. And Kubo really strong at the edge of the 18. Sergio Santos is taken down by Anton Walks. The foul will be whistled, and Cincinnati will take their time right here. And in the meantime, Alvaro Barrial has gone down stretching. Charlotte's going to make their final 2 substitutions of the match. Vargas, who went down injured twice in the first half, will come out. Yordi Reyna will replace him. And Harrison Awful will make way for Nathan Byrne, who will make a Major League Soccer debut. So 2 MLS debuts tonight for Charlotte, but they trail by 2 goals and are in danger of falling for the 17th time this season. In the meantime, Cincinnati is going to make their final 2 substitutions. At the next opportunity, John Nelson and Dominic Baji have come to the dugout to get their kit tops on. 87th minute. Cincinnati's last win came 4 weeks ago when they pounded Philadelphia here at TQL Stadium. Santos breaks free over to Acosta. Acosta trying for a cross. It comes off Malanda. It'll be a corner kick to Cincinnati. Santos limping a little bit. Not good. Remember, he was injured in his debut for the Orange and Blue, and he's in a lot of pain.
Just want to lose it from that last challenge. There's a free kick when he took some strong contact.
Well, Cincinnati will have a corner kick. They're on their feet here in the Queen City. Acosta, an outswinging ball. Barrial will draw it down, takes the shot. Kalina makes the save. Not a bad look there for Alvaro. Kalina with a sense of urgency booms it into the night sky. Jordi Reyna fresh into the match with a touch. He's going to foul. And was it Alvaro Barrial he took down? It was. And Alvaro's down, stretching. He was, I think, about to be subbed off anyways. Brandon Vasquez will come out of the match. Didn't score tonight. He's been really good at home. That ends his streak of scoring in home games. He's scored in the last 6 games here at TQL Stadium. Dominique Badji will replace him. Alvaro Barrial will come out, and then John Nelson will replace him. See your Tri-State Buick and GMC dealer today for attractive offers across the entire Buick and GMC lineup of vehicles. Inching towards stoppage time here at TQL Stadium. Costa was taken down. There was a tug. No one to call Lucho for the foul, much to the captain's chagrin and the fans as well. The rain is picked up again, and I don't think anybody here cares. You sat through the first half, you're already soaked, so it's a few more raindrops at this point.
It feels dry.
We are into the 90th minute. Cincinnati leading Charlotte 2-0. Shinashiki. Pressure from Santos. Badji has a deflection. Good to see Sergio Santos looks okay, because it was. You could feel his frustration and concern the way he went down inside of the 18 up here in the booth. The job there by Ray Gaddis to hold off Charlotte, and then Hagelin to send it forward. Acosta at the center circle. Nuno Santos. Yet to see an indication on stoppage time. Jordi Reyna just outside of the 18. Brings it across. Shots taken. Shinashiki goes up and over the frame. It'll set up a Charlotte corner kick as we go into stoppage time. A minimum of 4 minutes of stoppage to be tacked on. That seems pretty reasonable.
Yeah.
Not that I've caught any games here lately when it's not unreasonable. Reyna on the corner, headed just wide. It was there for Charlotte.
It's a big chance for Charlotte. See the coach's reaction.
It was Andre Shinashiki. Found that header and wasn't able to do much with it. Celentano trying to close out what is currently a 2-0 scoreline. Jordi Reyna. Nelson on him. The contact from John, and the foul is whistled. Acosta put it into play, or sorry, Reyna put it into play with Acosta right behind him. And there was some contact, and Luciano Acosta is now suspended for the New York City match due to a ridiculous yellow card in stoppage time. That's what Pat Noonan said can't happen. You can't pick up yellows like that because he is suspended in a match when Cincinnati really needs him on Wednesday night. Well, the rain might not put a tamper on the result, but that will. For the orange and blue. Hagelin will send it forward. His goal right now stands as the game winner.
To be fair though, that yellow card I think it's a little harsh.
Right?
I have a chance to see it again, but Costa was very close.
Santos. goes up on the far side. Cincinnati's gone off. 2 of 4 minutes of stoppage gone. Shiki taken off his foot, now played forward towards Santos. Wanda will knock it back to his goalkeeper. There's Acosta flying in. Acosta whistled for a foul. You're a little frustrated right now, just needs to take a deep breath and work through these final 60 seconds. Reyna. Down to the near side, Byrne. Into the 18, chopped away Cameron. Kubo does well to get it out to Wobodo. Now Cincinnati can try to work off what's left of about 40 seconds of stoppage time. Acosta going to send it in the direction of Santos. Colina will blow it out of the air. And we are under 30 seconds remaining here at TQL Stadium. Feel it now on their feet in the Queen City. Win number 9, just a full-time whistle away. And the orange and blue folks are headed back above the playoff line. A full-time whistle. The crowd lands.